Hello folks, my name is Rich Keener. I'm the Village Manager for the Village of Villa Park, and today's another one of my segments where I'll be discussing an upcoming board meeting. So today's segment, I'll be talking about Monday, March 9th's formal board meeting. So let's start. So on the agenda, we have number one, it's a call to order, it's the roll call. Number two is the Pledge of Allegiance. Number three is public comments on agenda items. So folks, that's the appropriate time for anyone in the audience to come to the podium and make comments about items that are on the agenda for that night. Moving forward, number four is amendments to the agenda. Folks, that's the appropriate time for the President or Board of Trustees to modify the formal agenda for that evening. Number five is appointments to boards and commissions, and we have several. We have Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission. We have Sarah Collentine, and we have Kelly Stasek. And both of those are original appointments to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission. Moving on for Monday night, March 9th, is a consent agenda. We do have a couple items. We have 6A. We have minutes from the board meeting held on February 24th, 2020. We have 6B, which is a bill listing for the weeks of February 24th and March 2nd, 2020, in the total amount of $334,363.04. So moving on for Monday night is number 7, which is our second reading on ordinances to be codified. So we do have a 7A, obviously. We have a second and final reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, amending the Villa Park Municipal Code related to utility billing. So folks, the background on this particular item is that on January 13, 2020, the Village Board approved changes to the utility billing process, which includes absorbing credit card processing fees to be funded by a change in the monthly administration charge on utility accounts. The proposed ordinance increases the monthly administrative fee from $1.50 per month to $2 per month, which is necessary to help pay for the credit card processing fees. The $1.50 fee was originally established in July 2006. The proposed ordinance also addresses service charges for delinquent utility accounts. Each month, some utility accounts become delinquent, resulting in the need to terminate service until certain fees are paid. Delinquent accounts are currently charged a $100 fee when the utility service is reinstated during normal business hours. That charge increases to $150, which is a $100 reinstatement fee plus a $50 after-hours charge for after business hours. On many occasions, when staff arrives at the home and is in the process of terminating the utility service, many homeowners argue with staff about the $100 or $150 fee, which can be distressing. The proposed ordinance changes the $100 reinstatement fee into a $100 delinquent fee that is assigned on the very day which the utility service is going to be terminated, whether or not the utility service is actually terminated. The after-hours reinstatement fee to restore utility service would increase from $150, which is current, to $200, which was the $100 delinquent fee, plus a $100 after-hours charge. Staff believes that the delinquent fee is appropriate due to the amount of effort involved in verifying payment or non-payment and extensive follow-up prior to the day of service termination. The increase in the after-hours rate is based upon actual costs to call back an employee at the overtime rate for the required minimum 2 hours plus equipment costs. So folks, we have two different items in this particular ordinance that we're changing. So we're going to be changing the admin's fee, the monthly admin fee from $1.50 to $2, and we're going to be absorbing the credit card fee. So if you'd like to pay your water bill with your credit card, you can do that. There will not be a service fee. It will be absorbed by the village. And then we're also changing the $100 reinstatement fee to a $100 delinquent fee when your water service happens to be turned off. And you can probably imagine that when our staff goes to the home and is in the driveway turning the water off, that it can be a very distressful situation if the homeowner comes out and starts talking about the $100 or $150 fee, etc. So we're making 2 changes in this ordinance. So moving on to 7B for Monday night, March 9th, is a second and final reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, increasing the number of Class Quad E restaurant unrestricted liquor licenses. So folks, the background on this particular item is that Super Tacos Marianos Incorporated, number 3, located at 100 East Roosevelt Road, has been in operation as a restaurant and would like to be able to sell alcoholic liquor to customers. This ordinance will create a Class Quad E restaurant unrestricted license for consumption on the premises and sale of alcoholic liquor to patrons seated at tables or bar of the restaurant. If approved, this will bring the total number of Class Quad E's licenses to 1. So folks, we have a restaurant on Roosevelt Avenue that would like to sell liquor to its customers, and we're going to propose a Class Quad E. The Quad E is an unrestricted liquor license. However, it does not allow gaming. So moving on to 7C is a second and final reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, amending Chapter 7 of the Village Code by adopting by reference certain building, residential, property maintenance, electrical, mechanical, fuel gas, energy, and fire prevention codes. So folks, the background on this particular item is that the village last adopted updated building codes in 2011. In order to keep pace with building technologies and methods, the adoption of a new set of building and fire codes is recommended. New codes will include additional requirements for solar panel installation and car charging stations. In addition, this includes a major upgrade to the village's electric codes. So folks, just as I just read, the village has not adopted updated building codes since 2011, so we're more than due. And these codes contain specific sections on solar panel installations, car charging systems, and also a huge upgrade to our village electric codes. So moving on to 8A for Monday night, March 9th, we have our ordinances. So 8A is an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing the publication of the 2020 zoning map. So folks, the background on this particular item is that each year the village is required to publish its zoning map by March 31st. No zoning changes have been made to the map that was approved in 2019. This map is identical to the 2019 map. And so again, just as I read, folks, we do this every year. We approve the zoning map, and we'll say if it's been revised or not. And this year it has not been revised, so the 2020 map will be identical to the 2019 map. So proceeding, we have 8B for Monday night, March 9th, which is an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing a master lease purchase agreement for the purchase of an ambulance and power cot in the total financed amount of $314,361.50. So folks, the background on this particular item is that Reserve Medic number 80 is a 2010 Medtech Ford E450 ambulance that has extended its service life, exceeded its service life, and is scheduled for replacement In a subsequent resolution, the fire department will request approval of a purchase agreement for a new 2020 Ford F-550 4x2 Horton Model 632 ambulance. This ordinance approves a master lease financing agreement with tax-exempt leasing corporation to finance the purchase of the replacement ambulance. The village requested proposals directly from 14 qualified firms and posted the request for proposals online. Tax-exempt provided the lowest borrowing rate at 2.55% of the 7 proposals received. Payable and in annual installments of $62,872.30 per year for 5 years. So the 5 years would be 2021 through 2025. Approval of the attached ordinance is recommended to execute the master lease documents. So folks, 8B is an ordinance approving a master lease to purchase a new 2020 ambulance. So Reserve Medic 80 is about 10 years old or so and exceeded its useful life, and so we'd like to purchase a new ambulance, take one of the frontline ambulances that we're using now and move it to the Reserve, and then we would sell Reserve Medic 80. So moving on to 9, our resolutions. We have 9A, a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the purchase of a new 2020 Ford F-550 4x2 Horton Model 623 ambulance from Foster Coach Sales, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $295,000. Folks, the background on this is a Reserve Medic 80, which is a MedTech Ford E450 ambulance that has exceeded its service life and is scheduled for replacement. The fire department is requesting approval to purchase a new 2020 Ford F-550 4x2 Horton Model 623 ambulance equipped with the Stryker Power Pro XT cot and power loading cot fastener system. In approximately 9 months after the new ambulance is constructed and placed in service, Medic 80 will be prepared for sale. Funding for this purchase will be budgeted in Equipment Replacement Fund account number 65-50202-401. So folks, the price of the new ambulance and the cot is $295,000, and after the financing, the cost would be $314,361.50. And so after we purchase the new ambulance, if it's approved, then we'll sell Medic 80, and we'll still have 3 ambulances. We'll have 2 frontline and 1 reserve. So moving on to 9B for Monday night, it's a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, endorsing the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus Greenest Region Compact. So folks, the background on this item is that the village is a member municipality in the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus. The caucus has created the Greenest Region Compact as a means for participating municipalities to work together towards enhanced quality of life for residents protection, and stewardship of the environment and sustainable economic vitality. Supporters of the Greenest Region Compact commit their communities to support consensus goals of the compact and agree to work to achieve them. These goals cover topics such as, but are not limited to, climate, economic development, energy, land, mobility, waste and recycling, and sustainable communities. The resolution for consideration commits the village to working toward these shared goals, many of which the village already has a vested interest. So folks, we have for many years have been working towards sustainable efficient practices. So we buy green products. We're Tree City USA. We try to use any energy efficient lighting. We've applied for energy efficiency grants, and so we're one of the within this compact, we're like the 26th village, the highest, that's using these efficiencies. And so we want to make sure that we're involved in the compact moving forward. So moving on to 9C for Monday night, March 9th, is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the joint purchase of bulk rock salt through the State of Illinois Central Management Services Bureau of Strategic Sourcing. So folks, the background on this item is that the village annually purchases rock salt through an agreement with the Illinois Department of Central Management Services. The state of Illinois generally receives favorable prices because of the large quantity of salt that it purchases. The village must submit its rock salt needs through a contract with the state of Illinois by April 1st, 2020. Rock salt is a budgeted expense. However, the exact expense will not be known until the bidding process is complete. It is anticipated at approximately $100 per ton. Village staff recommends entering into a contract with the state of Illinois for the purchase of 600 tons of bulk rock salt. Funding has been budgeted for this purchase in the Street Maintenance Fund account number 10-525-27-341. So folks, we do this on an annual basis. We purchase rock salt through the state of Illinois, and then we also purchase bulk rock salt through DuPage County as well. And we just don't know the exact cost until the bidding has been completed. But the state of Illinois, and so does DuPage County, they want to know who is going to be participating in the bid. And so we have to solidify the number of communities first, and then they go out to bid. So moving on to 9D is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the joint purchase of bulk rock salt through DuPage County Procurement Services Division. So folks, the background on this item is that the village annually purchases rock salt through an agreement with DuPage County Procurement Services Division. DuPage County generally receives favorable prices because of the large quantity of rock salt that it purchases. A contract with DuPage County Procurement Service Division for the purchase of 600 tons of bulk rock salt is recommended. Rock salt is a budgeted expense. However, the exact expense will not be known until the bidding process is complete. It is anticipated the cost will be approximately $100 per ton. Funding has been budgeted for this purchase in the Street Maintenance Fund account number 10-525-27-341. So folks, this is almost the same as 9C. On an annual basis, we purchase rock salt through DuPage County through their bidding process. And we expect the cost to be approximately $100 per ton, and we already have the money budgeted to purchase the salt after the bids are complete. So moving on, 9E for Monday night, March 9th, is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a 2-year contract with Bear Landscape Group of Villa Park, Illinois for the landscape maintenance program in the amount of $27,680 per year. So folks, the background on this particular item is that the Park Department maintains 145 acres of land. This includes approximately 85 acres of parks and 60 acres of property and other land not owned by the village. So this is the Illinois Prairie Path, the Great Western Prairie Path, and School District 45 properties. Because of manpower limitations, landscaping services for certain areas has historically been outsourced to multiple professional organizations in order to ensure that the heavily trafficked and labor-intensive areas of Villa Park are properly maintained. The 2020-2021 Landscape Maintenance Program consolidates landscaping services for 3 prime locations: North Avenue medians and streetscape from Villa Avenue to Joyce Street, Metro Station north and south landscape lots, and Ardmore Avenue streetscape, which would be the Metro lot, to North Avenue. The village sought bids from 20 companies and posted the bidding notice in local newspapers. One bid was submitted by Bear Landscape Group of Villa Park, Illinois. Approval of a contract in the amount of $27,680 per year for two years is recommended. This contract would save the village $12,866 in staff hours for the life of the contract. So folks, on an annual basis, we use landscapers to support the village services of mowing and things of that nature. So we have some labor-intensive areas that we want to continue to have landscaped by a private firm instead of village staff because they're so labor-intensive. And this year, village staff wants to go down to using only one firm for all these labor-intensive areas. And so the contract would be for $27,680, which would save the village in 2 years $12,866. So folks, moving on to number 10 for Monday nights, public comments on non-agenda items. And that's the appropriate time for anyone in the audience to come to the podium and comment on items that are not on the formal agenda that night. So moving on to 11 is the village clerk's report. Number 12 would be the village trustees report. Number 13 would be the village president's report. Number 14 is my report, the village manager's report. And number 15 is adjournment. So folks, if you have some time, please come in person and enjoy the proceedings on Monday, March 9th at 7 o'clock here at Village Hall. Or you can tune in to our cable channels or our YouTube platform. You can view it as well. So again, my name is Rich Keener. It's my honor to be the village manager for the Village of Villa Park. Take care.